Did she say that? She can say whatever she wants. Back once again to Sonnie Johnson.
Now we're back to Did She Say That? And my sexy voice that's meant to remind everybody that I'm just as fucking fly as JaVonni. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? All that goody goodness.
Oh, look, no excitement. No excitement.
What's up?
Even JaVonni was like, whoa, look at that. Look at that. What's up, love? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you? Glad to be back.
I am excellent, man. Okay, so look, we got to tell the audience that this is not going to be our typical segment. We're going to do something just a teeny bit different on this because both of us, it's rare, but this time it happened. We find ourselves with our targets set on the same people, so I suggested that maybe we just go ahead and talk about that. The Never Trumpers. Okay, JaVonni, what is your opinion of the Never Trump movement?
These people are sore losers, and I had recently described them as, they want to be dictators. Their time of being aspiring to be the Washington dictators are over, and they just need to acknowledge it.
I have done multiple podcasts on this, right? And every time I do it, I feel like I'm turning into them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm becoming that bitter little angry thing. But I'm like, I have to point out.
You're on the winning team now. What could you be angry about?
I don't see it as a winning team. I see it as, for the first time in my political career, there are people who want to join the Republican Party. Like, that's what I see. Like, I have been doing this for 6 years. Nothing that any of you that have been doing this for 20 years, you have not done anything that has inspired people to want to, not since Reagan. That's why you have to keep going back to Reagan.
Thank you. Please, thank you for saying that, because can we stop making 30-some-year-old references?
I did not sign on for a suicide pact that says I have to lose with you. It's like, this is what they expect. And for the first time in my, career doing this, I see people actually coming to the Republican Party. Why is that so bad? What is so wrong with that?
But see, Sonnie, they're not on the losing team. To them, the strategy is, because when I see how fervent and just how much energy they put into railing against Trump, these are people that they feel like they want him to lose. They are praying for him to lose so that in November, they'll be the ones who are appointed to bring the party back together. They want to be the golden child. And they're all vying for the same spot in their respective jurisdictions.
I forgot what age we're in, right? Like, we should be able to have this conversation without clarifying shit, but that's not the age that we live in. So let's clarify some shit real quick, or you're going to get flooded with a whole bunch of shit that we could knock out of the way before it even gets sent to you. So are you a Trumpkin? Are you a dumb, idiotic Trump Bart person that if Donald Trump went and shot somebody in the street on Fifth Avenue, you would still deem him worthy to be president? Is that you, JaVonni?
I'm an intelligent person. He hasn't shot anyone. I don't believe in hypotheticals. So, whatever. Hey, I supported him from the moment that he said he was running. So, I'm in for the long haul. I haven't seen anything atrocious. I don't believe that a single statement or statements in general should be reason enough to change your support of someone. At the end of the day, policy and platforms are what makes the difference. That's the reason why I can dismiss a lot of these side, issues. If they keep saying that he's just a media person, these are just media events. So why can't you dismiss it as just that?
Because they have to have something to argue about. They have to have something to insert their voice. And Hillary Clinton is not a big enough fucking target. You have Hillary Clinton, like, everybody has known since Barack Obama was elected in 2008. Everybody knew in 2016 it was going to be Hillary's coronation. Everybody knew after she got her ass kicked in 2008 that this time was going to be the time where she cracked the glass ceiling. All of this time, We have been salivating as Republicans. We have been salivating to get our hands on this woman. We have been chomping at the bit since Benghazi hearings to get our hands on this woman. We have been doing everything we can via her emails, via her private server to get our hands on this woman. Now, this woman is your only obstacle. Now you get to get her one-on-one.
But no, we'd rather eat ourselves.
And they can't understand why people like me say, fuck that.
See, their thing is that, it's the revolving door of the same people in and out who've been on losing campaigns, and they're going to make money regardless. And again, they're looking beyond November. They're posturing. I mean, look at all of the people who railed, well, not all of, but those who railed against Donald Trump, from, Michelle, what's her name, with twisted arm, to Megyn Kelly, who both have book deals. Everyone who's successfully been that person to pick a fight with him. So that's the trendy thing to do.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I really don't care. Like the Never Trumpers, most of them, I know quite a few of them, okay? And they are, I always say this, I see the difference between me and them. And it's not that they're bad people. It's not that, well, for some of them, it's not that they're bad people. Some of them are, but...
Some of them just are. A spade is a lying, disingenuous spade.
Some of them aren't. Some of them have what I would think are valid reasons for why they stand and why they do it. So I can, I guess, give them a little bit of respect. But let me tell you who I have zero respect for. I have zero respect for the Black Republicans that are complaining. It's this article I pulled up on, of course it was on the Daily Beast, so it's a progressive hit job on Donald Trump. But they use a lot of interviews with Black Republicans. Now, most of the Black Republicans refuse to give their names.
Hey, if you're going to say something, own up to it.
Do you think that they refuse to give their names because Trump supporters are so violent that they might harass them? Nope. Do you think that they refuse to give their names because some other entity would come after them? No. They refuse to give their name because they don't want to give up their places. They don't want to give up their paychecks in the party. That's why they refuse to give their name. So in this article, it states that publicly, some of these Black Republicans are going to say that they support Donald Trump, but behind the scenes, they're not going to really do it. Behind the scenes, they're going to stand on their principles. These motherfuckers had the nerve to say that Donald Trump makes them feel like they are choosing between their party and their race.
I have yet to see what exactly he has done or said that specifically targeted Blacks. I'm waiting for it. And I keep asking people, and no one will mention it. Or they'll mention the Muslims. But it still wasn't towards a race. No one can explain why.
They said, let me read the direct quote for you. In talking with these Black Republicans, all felt as though they were being forced to choose between their race and their party. Each said they don't want to vote for Trump. Some have decided to vote for Hillary Clinton. Others may abstain from voting altogether. Several said they intend to either purge this racist element from their party or to leave it.
A lot of Black Republicans, or Republicans in general, do such a wonderful job of saying what Democrats do wrong, especially in inner cities, because, we're all just spiraling out of control and in despair and poverty. So if you can recite that talking point every time you open your mouth of what Democrats are doing, then why would you say that you're going to vote for it? That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, that's a respectable answer, okay? Let me give you a bullshit answer, because I call bullshit on this, okay? This has nothing to do with your race. Look, okay, black people call old school.
I'm just explaining why it doesn't make any sense.
I said you gave the respectable answer. I'm giving the bullshit answer, okay? Black people look at old school Republicans. What? Coon, traitors, Uncle Toms, self-haters. It's obvious that black people already think that you've chosen a party over your race by the names that they call you. So what now makes you feel like you have to choose your party over your race? And then I have to ask this question, JaVonni, because you know how you know me long enough. You know how my mind starts working, right? For 40 years, Republicans have ignored the black community. In their absence, Democrats have destroyed the black family structure, herded blacks into ghettos, destroyed their schools, destroyed all forms of constructive capitalism through excessive taxation, overburdensome regulation, and crony political socialism. You have these people that are lifelong Republicans. They'll tell you, go ahead and ask them. They are lifelong Republicans. My question is simply, what the fuck took you so long? What the fuck took you so long to get mad at the Republican Party? Like, you have seen black neighborhoods destroyed under your watch. You said nothing, but now you don't want to choose a party over your fucking race. Have I lost my mind? Am I crazy, or does this not make any sense?
A party, I don't know if I want to call them leader, something like that down in your area, had mentioned about...
Oh, no.
I'm not saying anything bad. No, there was a quote about Trump making things worse for Republicans, for black Republicans, that is. Citing a Hill article about 90% that were going to vote against. No, I'm sorry. It was a poll numbers of 94% unfavorability with blacks. And I mean, just my answer to being a black Republican and saying that, I said the only thing that's going to help the community is capitalism. I mean, Trump is the person who practically represents capitalism and success in America in general. And it's the moral superiority that they have that's the only thing that's keeping them away from Trump. Bill O'Reilly himself said that it's style over substance. That's the issue that they have with Trump.
Oh, so sweet. Respectable answer. Again, I call bullshit. Okay, listen, because usually you're the one that calls names, and I'm the one that's reluctant to say it. So this time, as our positions have switched, I'm going to call names. Donald Scroggins, he is the leader of a group called Republicans for Black Empowerment, okay? This is his quote. Donald Trump is really putting many black Republicans in a terrible, terrible situation. We are basically a non-entity in the party right now.
I don't know how we're being left out.
JaVonni, for 40 plus years, 90 plus percent of the black vote has been for Democrats. Are you fucking telling me now we are a non-entity? Now, what fucking fairy tale land do these fucking people live on? I don't even want you to answer that. JaVonni, let me tell you a story. Can I tell you a story, bro?
Yes, you can. I can't wait to hear it.
All right, let me tell you a story. Back when I was a young whippersnapper first starting in this business, right? I thought it was very important that I learn from my elders. This is how my mother raised me. And you learn from your elders. You don't go into a new situation thinking and assuming that you know everything. So I was in a position at this time where I was going to learn from my elders. So I get an invite from Donald Scroggins to attend the Virginia GOP convention. Okay? No paycheck, no travel reimbursement, no anything. I did all of this on my own dime, my time, for free, because at this point, I still had hope that the Republican Party would change. At this time, I was calling myself a Republican. I was a very, very reluctant Republican. But at this time, I was calling myself a Republican. So Donald Scroggins invites me to come and sit on this panel. I said, okay. I get there 20 minutes early. Okay? The room is packed. I will say this. I love Republican, conservative, grassroots, the average, everyday people. You are the fucking best. The room was packed. The people showed up to hear us speak. They wanted it. They wanted it. For 30 minutes, we sat in their room. All of the microphones was off. There was no way we can turn them on. There was no moderator. There was no person there to assist us and get everything started. For 30 minutes, we sat there and listened as all these white people, because it's the Republican convention, all of these white people are like, this is just the worst run panel. None of the other panels were run like this. Everything else was on time. We had to sit there and listen to this for 30 minutes. 30 minutes in, Donald Scroggins saunters his ass into the room. As soon as he comes into the room, guess what? Magically, all the microphones turned on and the moderator shows up. So it seems that it was a panel before our panel, and Donald Scoggins got caught up talking to some really important people, so we just had to wait. He comes in 30 minutes late, spends the next 20 minutes telling us about his career in the Republican Party. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've did this for 30 years. And if everybody just listened to me, we would be so much further along. 30 years, 30. I'm telling you, JaVonni, for 20 fucking minutes.
If people don't listen to you, this is a pet peeve of mine. Why are they not listening? What are you doing that they are not following what you have to say? That is the first problem.
Look, JaVonni, I have never in my life not said something. This was the first time. I was so fucking pissed. I sat back with my face twisted and my arms crossed, and I could not open my mouth because I would not have represented my mother well if I had opened my mouth. So in that entire panel, I did not say a fucking word. And after it was over, I got up, walked out, and I never called myself a Republican again. That was the day that I stopped calling myself a Republican. That's when I became a conservative.
And I always wondered, like, you know, with you and the wordplay, because I've always noticed that from knowing you.
No, Donald Scroggins is that old school Republican. He's the one that says everything that's happening now is bad for us. It's bad because you're scared your check's going to disappear. It's bad because this is what they don't want to see. In this article, they talk to a whole bunch of lifelong black Republicans. These are black Republicans who have not seen a successful black candidate their entire political careers. While they're talking about leaving, guess what's happening on the other side? A whole bunch of young blacks are coming over. They're not coming over for the Republican Party. They're coming over for Donald Trump. They're coming over for a message of capitalism. They're coming over with this expectation that if they follow this man, that they are going to be great, that their lives are going to improve, that this generational poverty that they're trapped in can actually fucking be ended. But the Republicans didn't see that, and because they didn't invite them.
Yeah, they can't control these people.
These people didn't come under their invitation. They didn't come under their banner, it doesn't matter to them one fucking bit that black people are actually taking a look at the Republican Party. None of that matters to them.
Because, Sonnie, you're supposed to be down there in Virginia. You got your invite. You were invited to that panel, and you were supposed to stay your black ass at home until you get your next invite. That's how that's supposed to work. Look at you, all out here doing stuff all out of order. Who do you think you are?
And these are the people who think that they can rightfully tell us this is bad. This is bad. And I'm like, do you not understand? You're the reason that nobody wanted to join the Republican Party. You're the reason they said no. You have told them about the racism of the Democratic Party time and time again. You've told them that the Democrats were the party of KKK. You've told them that Democrats were the party of segregation and of Jim Crow. You've told them Republicans helped to pass every single piece of civil rights legislation, including the 1964 Civil Rights Act. You've told them all of this shit, and they still won't listen to you. Have you ever thought they just don't like you?
Yes, that's what I say all the time. And as far as Black outreach goes, might I mention something that a friend/colleague of his had said? I had mentioned about, you're complaining about, what Trump is doing to blacks, which I just don't see. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't register as making any sense. I said, well, you all don't go there, period. To even talk about, what is or is not going to happen with blacks.
We don't have to go. We're the party of Lincoln, and that's enough. We don't have to actually give a fuck about black people. We can just remind everybody that we're the party of Lincoln, and that's a fucking enough.
And this is the part that bothers me. The response was, he said, and do what? Give out free shit?
There you go. Your condescending, self-righteous, prickly asses can't figure out why nobody wants to be next to you. And when you see a man like Donald Trump and say, I'd rather be with the average dude on the street than fucking with you people. That's what make them mad. He's not one of you. He's not one of you motherfuckers that is just scared to let people be themselves.
He didn't come by invitation. He wasn't on the billionaire list to come and sit his ass in the audience for 4 years to be schooled and give 4 years of donations before you run. That's how it works.
And you know what really pissed him off? He wasn't invited, and he crashed the party, and he won. And he took it over. And this is what I think that the Never Trumpers, this is what I think that they're real mad at. And I'm not talking about the Republican establishment. I'm talking about the conservative wing of the Never Trumpers. Not the Republican establishment, but the conservative wing of the Never Trumpers. Do you know what I think they're really mad at? I think that they're really mad that they weren't the ones who took down the Republican establishment. I think that the Tea Party types, they have been doing this for 12 years now? And they have been unable to do it. They have sent members to Congress. They have sent people to the House. They have sent people to the Senate. They've taken over state legislatures. They've taken over governorships, taken over everything. And you still couldn't beat the Republican establishment. But Donald Trump could. And I think that's what pisses them off.
Overthrow envy. Yes.
Well, that's all the time we got, though, because we run our mouths entirely too damn much. You go ahead and say goodbye, JaVonni. Tell them where they can find you on social media.
All right, folks. I can be found on Twitter, Vonnie Media Mogul, VONNI, and on Facebook, JaVonni Brustow.
And PopGlitz is his website. I realize we never mention that. So go and check out PopGlitz, especially for the eye candy. I love the eye candy, so that's a good reason and a great way to uplift your day.
Yes, thank you.
But it is not good if you have to work because it will distract you. So get your work done first, then go check out the eye candy over at PopGlitz. This is Sonnie Johnson for This. She Say That at Breitbart Podcast on Podcast One, and we'll be back next week. So love us until then. Bye.
I'm American made. I got American parts. I got American faith in America's heart. Go on, raise the flag. I got stars in my eyes. I'm in love with her, and I won't apologize. I'm in love with her, and I won't apologize.
Stay tuned for 60-second AP News headlines.
It's summer, and just because you've got plenty of time on your hands doesn't mean your hands are always free. That's why I've been working on my Audible summer listening list. Discover where Audible audiobooks can take you this summer. Download your books or shows to your mobile device and listen anytime, anywhere. With an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, and comedy. Audible is your best source for summer entertainment. Start a 30-day trial and download your first audiobook for free by going to audible.com/podcast1. That's audible.com/podcast1.
AP Update. I'm Rita Foley. Volkswagen has now agreed to settle claims related to its vehicle emissions cheating scandal. The settlement will cost VW almost $15 billion. The details are being made public today. Meanwhile, there's new information from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration about gear shifters in some other vehicles, like the one in the SUV that crushed and killed Star Trek actor Anton Yelchin. The government investigation has found hundreds of crashes that injured 68 people. The numbers are in documents posted today on the NHTSA website. Yelchin died June 19th after his Jeep Grand Cherokee pinned him against a mailbox pillar and fence at his home. His Jeep was among vehicles that had been recalled in April due to complaints from drivers who had trouble telling if they had put the transmission